Darren Rovell for Collect TV, and we are joined by Debbie Timon, who is the Senior Vice President of Marketing for the New York Yankees in her 40th season, and Craig Cartmell, who's the Senior Associate Marketing Director for the Yankees. And we are here to talk about George Costanza bobblehead day on July 5th. Check out our article on Collect, where we definitely put that among the top, our own Matt Lieberman. And guys, I'm really kind of intrigued by how we put this thing together, right? How the sausage is made. So obviously the 35th anniversary of the premiere of Seinfeld. Can you get me to how this comes about? Debbie, how do you do this?
Well, I think we have a general meeting and discuss potential promotion items for the upcoming season, and various suggestions are made. Craig Cartmell highlighted the Seinfeld anniversary, the Seinfeld bobblehead. We do some analytic work on what we think, when to schedule it, and then Craig takes over the relationship with Seinfeld properties at the claymations and manufacturing.
So, Craig, let's take that one. It's not something that fans often think about, but it is a giveaway, right? So you're not selling it, but that doesn't mean you don't need the licensing or ask for permission. Obviously, the state of who the New York Yankees are, this is not going to go quietly. What type of permission has to happen, and how did things go down to make this all kosher?
All right. Well, first, one of our vendors that we use a lot has the rights through Warner Brothers for Seinfeld. But when you're using any likeness of a character, you then have to reach out to that actor or their representative and get their permission. So we were able to make a connection and get to Jason Alexander and said, "This is what we're looking to do. Are you cool with it?" And he was on board with it.
Now, Jason, unlike Jerry, is not necessarily a baseball fan, but I guess that didn't matter in this case.
No, he said he's not really a baseball fan, but he understood the importance of the character of George Costanza, and George was the New York Yankees during the show, so he was on board with it.
Then you come into this like, do I want to do something exactly on the anniversary versus who they're playing? Now, I think the Yankees maybe care a little bit less about the opponent, because it's not like 5,000 people are showing up and let's get 18,000 people to show up. But then it comes that July 5th, 2024 hits against the Red Sox, and people will then say, well, what's the point of the promotion? So how did you juggle whether you should keep the integrity of the date versus it being the one team where you will never have any problem selling tickets?
I think just the integrity of the date itself was what was most important. And the fact they're playing the Red Sox, it is what it is. And so we're just going to go with it.
The historian in me loves that, right? I mean, I love that part. Okay, now let's talk about numbers. Debbie, maybe you get me on the historical side here. It's 18,000. Is the 18,000 number, what's the reason for that? And how does that work? Whether, obviously most stadium giveaways aren't the whole stadium, but how does an 18,000 number come in?
We try to arrive just at an average number. You can't do all fans for every single item. So we go with the first 18,000 fans of guest in attendance, or first 15,000. And it just so happened, because of the overwhelming response to the announcement we made, we went with the first 18,000. And we always have enough in the event a bus breaks down, someone gets a flat tire. We do our best to help everybody should there be a situation they couldn't get in on time.
I can't believe we're on like the 30th season, well, maybe the 28th, 29th season of bobbleheads. I mean, it's incredible. This has gone for a very long time. My whole reporting career, people still love them. However, recently, there's been the Jaromir Jagr situation where the bobbleheads didn't arrive. So how about the security to get them there, how secretive it is, and then the security, at the stadium, because this becomes a big deal, and there's a secondary value to it as well.
Well, very much like when we introduced Beanie Babies and they were shipped into Yankee Stadium from Thai Inc., those skids of product were wrapped in a solid plastic that you couldn't see through and read the labels on the boxes. It's not like a shipment of hats or something. We protect the shipment, and from the minute it arrives, it's inventoried and it's locked in a secure storage area.
Yeah, that was a good job by you that when you put out Beanie Babies, David Wells happened to throw a no-hitter. I mean,
Yeah, I was a little lucky that day.
Craig, what have you seen? Did the promotion work? Are we talking, was it the fastest, obviously you have your season ticket holders, but one of the fastest sellouts, or do you have the most tickets sold for that game?
Outside of opening day, I believe it's one of the highest tickets sold so far, which is great because the way the ticket buying has gone in the past, you don't so much see as much of an advanced ticket anymore. You see a lot of the hits the week or so before. So we saw a huge jump in traffic that particular game as well. And I mean, we couldn't have been happier with. We saw it blowing up all over social media. All the other, all the outlets were posting, and it was great. So we're very excited about the reaction so far.
Is Jason Alexander going to be there?
Possibly, we are going to have an invite out to him, and it's
We
just a matter of
certainly hope
the
so.
schedule.
Yeah.
Will he be taking batting practice and giving the Yankees some tips?
In a perfect world, we'd like to invite Bernie Williams in to join him.
Is there really an assistant to the traveling secretary?
There is a traveling secretary. I believe he might have an assistant at certain times.
It's so amazing. And finally, I'm sure you heard the news about the Red Sox getting Jason Alexander from the Brewers organization. Have you heard that?
No, I hadn't.
No.
Okay. There is a pitcher in the Brewers organization who in February was traded to the Red Sox, and his name is Jason Alexander. He's currently in AAA Worcester. So we'll see. He only pitched in one game so far, but we're going to be monitoring his progress because it would be amazing if he came into the game during that game on July 5th.
Well, if the Jason Alexander of the Red Sox is in Yankee Stadium, he will have to meet our assistant traveling secretary at home plate.
That would be amazing. Debbie, Craig, thanks so much for joining us. This is a great story, and kudos to you for identifying such an amazing promotion.
Thank you.
Thank you.